TuckTech, dimensional analysis. Now that sounds much more difficult than it really is, but it's all in the way you present it. After a long day at work, you get home and your spouse asks how work was, you can say, "Today I learned to multiply things by 1." Or you could say, "Today I became a dimensional analyst." Much more impressive. Here's how it works. Any number divided by itself is equal to 1. Now I know there's some mathematician out there that's going to say, well, what about dividing by 0? So don't divide by 0 then. Here's an example. We look up some bit of information like 1 inch is exactly 25.4 millimeters. Then we write that in mathematical form. 1 inch equals 25.4 millimeters. Now we divide both sides of the equation by 1 inch. Since we divide both sides of the equation by the same thing, the equation is still true. Things are still equal. Then we remember that any number divided by itself is equal to 1. So 1 is equal to 25.4 millimeters divided by 1 inch. It should be noted that 1 is also equal to 1 inch divided by 25.4 millimeters. That'll come in handy later. So how can we use this new trick? Let's see an example. How many feet are in a meter? Or in mathematical form, 1 meter equals how many feet? Well, let's start with what we know. We know that 1 inch equals 25.4 millimeters. And we also know that 1 meter is equal to 1,000 millimeters. We know that 1 meter multiplied by 1 is still equal to 1 meter. So if we change the form of the number 1 to 1,000 millimeters divided by 1 meter, we really haven't changed anything since we're just multiplying by 1, right? Now we notice that we are multiplying by meters, but we're also dividing by meters, so that those will reduce to a number 1. Anything divided by itself is equal to 1. So the meters will cancel out, leaving only 1 times 1,000 millimeters on the top, and 1 on the bottom. Or in other words, 1 meter equals 1,000 millimeters, which is something we already knew. So what good did that do? Let's take a look. 1 meter times 1 times 1 times 1 is still just a meter, right? If the form of each of these 1s is now changed to something we know, like 1,000 millimeters over a meter, or 1 inch over 25.4 millimeters, or even 1 foot over 12 inches, we can now transform what we have into what we want. Meters cancel, millimeters cancel, inches cancel, to give on top 1 times 1,000 times 1 times 1 foot. And on the bottom, we get 1 times 25.4 times 12. Now working that math out, we get 3.28084 feet, which is what we wanted to know. Wow, that was it? Yep. Now go home and tell your spouse you're a dimensional analyst. Congratulations. If you have any feedback on this or any other ideas for future tech topics, or if you just want to argue about dividing by 0, then please email us at info@ashtuck.com. TuckTech.